It's me, Sean Capri. I'm in my car, and you're listening to the most horsepowerful podcast on the internet. It's the Xbox Drive. I'm on a Skype call with my friend Ryan Turford. He's the man on the moose, and on our journey today, we want to buy one of those Xbox mini fridge, but I couldn't get one. Could you get one? We'll find out on the Xbox Drive. Bob Raw!
Greater than X.
Hello, Sean Capri.
Ryan Turford. My throat's a little sore, but I'm happy to talk to you.
Of course, the thing you do when you've got a sore throat is start singing a song about
singing
it.
and screaming. It helps. It's a weird satisfaction I'm getting out of this, Ryan.
It's fine. You're gonna be filled with Diet Coke soon, which will maybe help. So maybe that there's that going for you. So of course, just to speed things along. This is the Xbox Drive. We talk about Xbox all the time. We should clean the garage a little bit and talk about some stuff. So first off, if you like what we do and you want to support the show, there's a number of awesome ways you can do that. Number one, you can subscribe to us on your podcast feed of choice. We're on Google Play, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. We're on all the things, so check us out there. You can also leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts, and if you do, we will read it on this show. And additionally, if you want to see a video version of this show, which goes live every single Thursday morning, you can head on over to youtube.com/YouMakeItPre. Like, subscribe, share, all the stuff that YouTubers tell you to do. Last but not least, if you want early access to this and all of our shows, patreon.com/YouMakeItPre is how you do that. Of course, there's a little tip in the old tip jar, and out comes content.
Nice.
Last two things on the docket that are not normal, though. Sean, this weekend, we're going to be in Toronto, Ontario, Canada for Fan Expo. We're doing a little bit of a meetup this weekend. We don't have an exact schedule at the time that we're recording this. I mean, even though it's a couple days before the event.
Why would we?
Yeah, exactly. So if you want to hang out with us this weekend, if you're in Toronto, let us know. Either hit me up on Twitter or Discord at Ryan Turford, or hit Sean up at Sean Capri. And we will make sure to meet up this weekend in Toronto at Fan Expo. And then last thing on the docket, Sean,
Ryan,
Extra Life is 2 weeks away.
That's
so we should
crazy.
probably start promoting that. So you're going to be in Rome, New York in a couple weeks, Sean.
Yes.
So tell us about that.
People should join. The links are in the show notes. Join Team Phoenix Overdrive. We're all doing this together, whether you can make it to Rome or not. Be part of the team. We're all fundraising together. You can choose the hospital, the Children's Miracle Network hospital of your choice. It doesn't have to be the one for Phoenix Overdrive. I'm doing it for the Stollery Children's Hospital here in Edmonton. Ryan, I know you're doing it for your hospital, and I know that you're not able to. Sick Kids. That's right. And I know that you're not able to join us physically, but virtually. So that's the precedent. We can be there, and it'll be awesome. And if you're not there, then join us, play on game day. We'll jump into Discord chats together. We'll play games together. I'm going to be sorting out which games I'm going to be playing very shortly. But also, you can go to my Extra Life page, extra-life.org/participant/Sean Capri, and you can donate. Right now, we've got one confirmed prize, which is a Xbox Series controller with the Xbox Drive design from Design Labs. So every $10 that you donate gets you one entry into the draw for this prize, and more to come, Ryan Turford. How about that for a bit of a tease?
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great tease. And we will be, of course, talking about this more over the next 2 weeks as we kind of firm up all our plans. I can also say that because I will be doing a live stream a little bit earlier before game day and then hanging out with Sean on game day. So
cool.
Mine is actually going to be happening on Wednesday the 3rd and then Thursday the 4th. I'm basically going to be doing 2 12-hour streams.
Smart.
Where I'm basically going to be playing RPGs all day. So you can actually donate the same way as to Sean's. Again, all of our links are in the show notes as well. So I'm not going to bore you with the giant URL here because we're grabbing our 8-tracks, Sean, and popping them into the 8-track player. It's time for the playlist because we got to get into things right away. Let's talk about the games we played. I mean, to be fair, I don't think we have a lot to say about the games we played. What did you play this week, Sean?
Yeah, a little bit of Far Cry. Really, anybody who listens to the Nintendo Drive knows that the bulk of my time has been spent with Metroid Dread. Super fun. We did our review together. People should definitely go check that out on the Nintendo Drive feed. So most of my time was there, but did jump back into Far Cry a little bit. I'm on the second kind of area, the main area, El Tigre. I don't think it's a spoiler to say who I'm after, but this guy seems like a totally different kind of environment, and so I'm just getting started over there. And I did get a code. Excuse me, I get a code for NHL 22, and I fired up a couple games of that, Mr. Ryan Turford. And what do you say? Boy, howdy.
Boy howdy.
Boy howdy. This is it's a very pretty game. I'm really happy with just how it looks. My biggest gripe with these sports games, Ryan, is why isn't the commentary just like spectacular at this point? We've been doing this for a long time.
Well, you got James Cebulski this time, which I'm not a huge fan of in the commentary.
Me neither. He's great in real life, but he just doesn't, I don't know, it doesn't translate, unfortunately.
I felt like Jim Houston, for example, was like translated so much better in the commentary for the games.
Like back in the 90s. Like he would Jim Houston was like NHL in like 97, at least as far, it might have been earlier than that.
Jim Houston and Don Taylor in the booth. Oh,
yeah. Is it Houston or Houston? I think it's Houston. You might be getting a oops on that, a little fender bender on that, right?
Yeah, close enough, Sean. Close enough.
He's a legendary commentator, but yes, very, very, like it looks next gen. I think that's the best thing I can say about it. And this will be I'm in between games, not really sure what I want to be doing, and I'll fire up a game. I know our good friend Anti Macro playing that there, NHL 22. Yeah. So
no, I'm playing it too, because we both got codes, thanks to our friends at Xbox Canada for being super nice and helpful with that. And I talked about it on last week's show, and I echo all my points, kind of echo yours. It's a very pretty game. Yep. I don't think they changed too much with the gameplay, except the X Factor system, which I think is interesting with some X Factor players, but that only affects certain players on certain teams.
Superstars.
So if you play as the Calgary Flames like I do, who have no
you don't have
X
a superstar
players.
On the Calgary Flames. Give me a break. There's not even that's what
I mean. There's no X Factor players on the Calgary Flames. So
is there actually? I was totally joking around. I wouldn't have looked. But is that real? There's no X Factor players on the Calgary Flames. That's awesome.
Yeah, and then I also played as the Seattle Kraken because I wanted to try them out, and they also don't have an X Factor player.
Really?
So there you go. Yeah.
What about a goalie? They could have had who went there? Wasn't it Marc-Andre Fleury went over there? Nobody knows what I'm talking about.
I can't remember who's in
he could be an X Factor. He's a Hall of Famer. He's a future Hall of Famer. Goodness gracious. Hockey. Love it.
My God. I mean, it's a very Canadian show.
It's a Canadian show. Yeah, what do you want from us?
All right, and the last thing I played also is a game you played, Sean, which is Far Cry 6. I finished it. It's over. I never have to go back to that game again.
Oh my God, I didn't know there was an ending.
No, so we're going to be doing a conversation about it soon. We haven't exactly, I don't know when that's going to happen.
I'm behind.
But I'm very excited to talk in depth with you about that game because I have thoughts about that game.
Things to say.
I'm not going to go into here.
It probably needs a spoiler cast too. Yes, there's probably story beats. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I'll catch up. I mean, and the thing is, like, when I jumped into it last night again, like, I like when I'm playing it. It's fun. You know, what I think I'm struggling maybe with the most, which I don't know that a lot of people have been transparent about, is for me personally, I'm like, I feel like I'm racing. I feel like I'm not playing it in the way that maybe a lot of people would. So like a Donnie Reese or an Ed Placencia who are just like, I'm going to play this game for as long as it takes me. They're having a blast. And I'm like, I kind of need to finish this for the review. So I'm really, more than other games in the past, like I'm really trying to balance that out with my like critique of it as well. Because I am having fun. But there's definitely, I don't think that when I look at like the gun system, for example, or the gear system, I don't think that has anything to do with my racing and trying to get through. It's more the moment-to-moment gameplay. Is that impacting my critique of it, my impressions of it? So we'll see. I'm going to keep playing, man. I'm going to bring my Xbox to Toronto. And my Switch.
You're going to be playing it. I'm excited. I'm excited to talk about it for sure.
Might be figuring out a way to get an extra TV into that hotel room of ours, right?
We only need one, Sean. It's fine.
We might need two.
We got this. Anyways, I'm slamming the brakes on this conversation, Sean. It is time for some breaking news. And believe it or not, lots of news in the world of Xbox this week.
I don't believe it.
I was pretty surprised about it, especially because all the games are out right now. So let's start with this first one. Microsoft have announced that they will hold a 20th anniversary live stream for the original Xbox on November 15th at 1 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. According to Microsoft, there will not be any announcements regarding any new games or any games that they've announced already.
Back compat, let's go.
But there might be some surprises, wink, wink. And actually, like you, Sean, I'm pretty sure this is where we see the return of Bat Combat.
Yes.
Which would be amazing. Like,
yes, a huge deal. Yeah, no, well, it's such a huge deal. It makes me really thirsty. Probably, let's see. There's so many options here, Ryan. What should I get? What should I get here at McDonald's? Hi there. Can I please get 2 large Diet Cokes? That's all. Thank you. I don't get shaken by all the variety, Ryan. I stick consistent, man. I also want to say, since you were probably wondering, I don't think it's possible to win anything at this Monopoly game here at McDonald's.
Really?
You would be shocked at how many of these little stickers I've got. and I have not completed any of these sets, not even a little bit.
That's true, because you probably have stockpiled so many, because you do probably go to McDonald's at least twice a day.
At least twice a day.
4 drinks a day. So that's eight little stamps per day.
Like, what am I doing here? What am I doing with my life? What am I doing with my life, man? They have got me. Where's our sponsorship? Okay, what are we talking about?
We're talking about, that's happening. So we got the 20th anniversary live stream. Again, they haven't said anything about it, but I'm pretty sure that Back Compat is coming back. And there are some back games here. At least I'm trying to keep my expectations in check, Sean, because you never know. That might not actually happen. It might just be them, celebrating, 20 years of Xbox and all kinds of great moments, which I think, if anything, is going to make it a pretty interesting live stream just to watch and kind of see kind of how Xbox celebrates this momentous occasion, which, by the way, is going to be the same day as the final episode of the Crossroads going out, because my list is coming to an end as well for the original Xbox. So, yeah, I think it's going to be a fun day, regardless of whether or not Back Compat gets announced. But I'm really hoping, as a big original Xbox fan, I'm really hoping that they announce more Back Compat games here, because that would be amazing to see. So.
And some sort of like selection. I don't even know if this makes any sense, but for them to go like, these are the Criterion set or something like that. I don't know if they want to elevate some games over others, but I don't know. There's something special about like acknowledging the Gears of War of the world or the, I don't know, Fusion Frenzies of the world, like those types of things. These are seminal games, and just kind of like, maybe that's exactly what we'll get is any games that have been missing, we get those. But
I know for the original Xbox, we pretty much have what I would consider kind of the Criterion collection of like the top 20 games as far as, or 15 games anyways from that system. You've already got Splinter Cell Chaos Theory, you got Ninja Gaiden Black, you got Panzer Dragoon Orta, you've got Crimson Skies, you've got Fusion Frenzies. Like, you've got all the games you would think you would want, besides, Halo 1 and 2, but they're already in Master Chief Collection. So I think that's the reason why they're not doing. They didn't do backwards compatible for those right away, but you have a lot of the games that you'd really want. You've got Prince of Persia in there, Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2, so you have a lot of the high profile original Xbox games. But I think there's a lot that they could do with it that's still kind of missing.
Thank you.
And I think that they could definitely round out that lineup. So I'm really hoping they do some of that, or even maybe even some 360 games come back too. Like, because there's still lots of 360 games that are really missing as well from the list. Even though we've got like 200 plus 360 games already backwards compatible, there's like 2,000 games on that console.
Right.
So there's still a lot of games that are kind of missing from the 360 list that I'd love to see come over as well. So there you go.
What about limited edition consoles or controllers or something? Like, that would be, I feel like the Design Labs allows you to basically create the 360 controller itself, but even the little Xbox button could be interesting to see that added. I love already the kind of what they've done in terms of the controllers, like the 20th anniversary edition that I think we talked about last week.
We got that. So, we got the headset coming. Like, we talked about that on last week's show. So and plus we've got the 20th anniversary Halo controller coming, but it's bundled with that console. So that we have a 20th anniversary thing for Halo, which reminds me as well, that's going to be the 20th birthday of Halo as well, which I think is going to be cool. Maybe, maybe that's where we see the campaign for Halo Infinite.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Because it's Halo's birthday. Why not show it at that point, right? So
totally.
There you go. So look out for that. November 15th should be a very, very fun day in the world of Xbox.
What if they add Halo 5 to the Master Chief Collection? What if they buy another... Let's get crazy here, Ryan. What if they buy another studio? What if they announce something else? The future of Xbox.
I mean, it could be anything. All they said they wouldn't talk about is announcing new games.
There's lots of other things to talk about.
It could be anything, Sean. It could be anything.
I love it.
All right. Next up, and this, of course, goes back to a joke all the way back to when the Xbox Series X was announced, but the Xbox Series fridge got its first round of U.S. pre-orders.
Hang on a second. Hang on. The McDonald's is switched over to paper straws. What in the world is this? This is going to change things, Ryan. I am not pleased with this. And for the record, don't love that straws are clogging up the oceans, but I don't love a paper straw in my mouth. I don't like it at all. I'm sorry, Ryan. I had to share.
It's okay. It's okay. So
Do you like the paper straws?
Put the paper straw in the fridge. I mean, it all goes perfectly together. So Xbox Series fridge, we knew it was coming. It finally got its first, the date as well as its pre-order between the last time we recorded and today. So it went live on Target as a Target exclusive. That'll arrive sometime in December. However, of course, the stock was out of stock within 30 seconds of this going up because it's $99 which is pretty cheap for a mini fridge, which is amazing. So Microsoft have stated that the stock will be replenished soon, in quotations, as well as it'll be coming to other retailers, including the Microsoft Gear Store. And that's actually where we're going to be able to pick it up in Canada, because Xbox Canada also tweeted this week that we'll be hearing about Canadian availability through the Microsoft Store soon, in quotation marks. So I would imagine within the next month we should be hearing about it. And they also said, they confirmed that it'll also launch here in December as well. So we'll be getting it at the same time.
We'll get it.
I'm just curious to know when that's going to go up. But we got a couple questions about this before I go to your kind of take about this. First up, I'm going to bring in Jedi Master Ren over on Discord, who asked the question, okay, so be honest, guys. What's the first thing you're going to be putting in this mini fridge? Sean, I can guess maybe for you it might be McDonald's beverages, but what's your answer to this one?
Probably right. I saw that the actual Series X itself fits inside of this thing, which I think is really interesting. Probably a Diet Coke from McDonald's, of course. What else would I put in there?
I mean, it's either that or some cans of Diet Pepsi or something like that. Who knows?
Yeah, I think that's the first thing. If I'm being realistic about it, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, same with me. It's probably cans of pop of some kind.
I'm wondering if I'm even going to plug it in, though. Like, that's the thing, is I don't even know if this might just be something that sits on my shelf, in which case it could sort of be like an informal safe. Like, I could put my passport in there, you know? Like, it's just it's a storage unit. I could put anything in it. It doesn't need to cool. That's a bonus. That's a perk. But I don't know if I'll use it as a actual fridge. I already have a bar fridge downstairs. Like, the need for this is zero for me.
Yeah.
But it's awesome. And kudos to the whole team for, like, taking the meme, making it a thing, manufacturing it, finding a distributor, like getting all this done like so fast. And it looks, hopefully it's an actual quality unit for people. But yeah,
and I don't even know if I'm going to use it. The demand is there for the thing.
Yeah.
Like people want this thing. So.
I have high demand for the item, not for the use. If that makes sense.
Sure. Well, I mean, I know I'm going to use it. Like I actually have an office that I do the podcast out of. Yes, I don't have a house like you do. I have an apartment, but it'd be nice to, not have to leave the office while recording or editing things. And just grab a drink from there. Like, I think that'd be pretty sweet. So that's why I think I'm probably actually going to get one and probably use one. Like, I think it'll be pretty sweet. And,
I'm starting to see those energy drinks. I think it's Rockstar or something with the Halo is back. Remember when Halo got delayed, but they still had all the promo stuff launched last year? They're back. So maybe I'll get some caffeinated drinks once again, Ryan. You can see crazy manic Sean all caffeinated up on Rockstar and getting all the points for Halo and stuff.
Oh, come on, I thought we were like no caffeine bros. What happened?
I know
that's Sean?
That's the thing. It's like putting on the mask, like the Jim Carrey movie. Just
nobody cares
brings
about
out the best in me.
Put on the mask. Also, we got to bring in Mark Boucher, who had a question about this over at Musique829 over on Twitter, and he asked the question: with the Xbox Series X mini fridge pre-orders selling out in mere minutes and being sold for 3 times the price on eBay, it's actually. Looking this morning, it's actually 5 times the price because people are going on eBay and buying these things for $500. It seems the whole scarcity scalping issue is an ongoing thing.
Continues.
What do you think can be done to alleviate this issue? And unfortunately, Mark, regardless of what these retailers are trying to do to get rid of scalpers and bots, I just don't know if there's going to be an easy way to go around this. Like besides maybe not doing them online and selling them in stores at that point.
That's right.
I think that's really the only solution you have to get around this type of thing.
Well, I was thinking like that you were saying online, like, you're still going to get scalpers if they go in store. You see that happen with the Pokemon cards quite a lot. I think the best answer is really to just own the distribution of it. Like I think it's the partnering with Target that makes this a little bit sticky and tricky, that you don't really, like Microsoft really has nothing to do with it now. So Target's got to figure out something on that end. And I don't think they're going to be able to figure that out. And I agree with you there. But for Microsoft and Sony and anybody else, or Nintendo, certainly Xbox has its own store. So I think the way to really get around that is to log into your Xbox account and order from there. Like you're not a scalper. Like you have to already kind of be an Xbox fan. Like especially for day one things, I think that makes sense. Like reward your customer base because that's really who this is for. That's what I would say if I ran Xbox. I would say you could only order like from your console, and once you're logged in and through your Xbox Live account.
Or I mean, they can do that through the Microsoft website as well. They just have to make it so you log in with your
That's
Microsoft
what I'm saying.
account.
Yeah, totally. So, either for your exactly, either online on the website, but you have to just log in, show that you're a subscriber of some sort. Make it a perk, especially in the early days when scalping is most possible, or
imagine if this was one of the Game Pass Ultimate perks, Sean, because we get those from time to time. We got a free scary movie rental this week.
Can you imagine?
Because Halloween's coming up. Like, imagine if it was open first to Game Pass Ultimate subscribers. Like, I think that'd be a great incentive.
Well, and
it would get rid of scalpers in that case.
It definitely would take care of scalpers. I feel like some people will go like, "Oh, I can't believe you're gating it like that." But also, like, Nintendo does this with the controllers. Like, you can't buy those NES or Super Nintendo controllers unless you're a subscriber for their service as well. So,
although those are totally got scalped too. I don't know if you saw the prices on those N64 controllers. They're going for people are buying them for close to $400.
Okay, so maybe that just ruins my entire. That might just deflate my entire theory here. That at least I don't know if it helps curb it. Maybe
they just have to make it so it's one per account. That's it. Nintendo didn't do that, which is why
they didn't. I thought they did.
I know there was a limit, but it wasn't one per person.
Doesn't stop them. Wow.
Yeah. I think they wanted you to be able to buy 4 controllers, for example, per account. So, plus if you've got a family plan and stuff, it changes things. So, yeah. But Mark, I think that's it's a problem we're always going to see. But I think Microsoft can do some stuff to alleviate. You definitely make a good point, Sean, that Microsoft can do some stuff about this since it is going to be sold on their store.
I don't understand where the panic is. Where somebody goes like, "I need this now. I'm going to buy $500." Like, somebody's actually buying these things. Like, everybody just chill. Like, there'll be more. You can get it later. I don't know. I don't understand that panic.
eBay sold listings is an interesting thing to go look at from time to time to see how much people actually spend on scalp stuff.
I don't even think I've ever checked that out. I'm definitely going to be doing that. Interesting. Yeah. Cool.
All right. Next up, the following games are coming to Game Pass, and strap yourself in, Sean, because there's a lot of games coming to Game Pass.
I'll take a break.
So, first up, available today, we've got Into the Pit and Outriders on PC, which I know Todd Oxtra somewhere is, thanking the maker that finally they're indulging PC, because last time we talked, they brought Destiny 2 to PC. Now Outriders, they're starting to bring all the stuff over to PC. So they finally heard Todd asking for it forever. But on October 21st, we're getting Dragon Ball FighterZ, Echo Generation, and Everspace 2 on PC. That's an early access game. And then on October 28th, you get a whole bunch of stuff. Age of Empires 4, Alan Wake's American Nightmare, Backbone, Bassmaster Fishing 2022, No Guns Doppelganger Edition, and The Forgotten City. So lots of games coming to Game Pass. A lot of stuff that I just don't even know what half this stuff is, to be honest. But it's cool to see just so many more games getting dumped into the Game Pass. And I think this is a pretty good list. What do you think about this, Sean?
Everspace 2, give it to me now. This is the one that jumped out to me that I was not expecting on Game Pass. It is on just PC, right? I think.
Yeah, only PC.
Early access, that's okay. This game is going to come out, I think, like 2023 or something like that, but that's okay. They're taking a totally different direction with this one. I love space. I love flying around with stuff, so that's the one that kind of like caught me off guard a little bit. But definitely shout out to Age of Empires 4, man. Like, I think that's getting overlooked a little bit. Absolutely classic and legendary franchise. So I know the Garrett Blands of the world, very excited about that one. I might be checking that one out as well. But I think for a lot of these others, I mostly don't know what they are. I have a feeling every once in a while something like this pops up, Ryan, an opportunity that we just cannot ignore, and that is to start a Bassmaster Fishing 2022 group. We've got to start. We got
to make a channel in the Discord, Sean. Let's get on it right now.
What do you even call like a group of people who like fish together? It's not a team. It's not like we'll be a gaggle of fishermen.
We'll be a gaggle of Bassmasters, Sean. It'll be great. God, Bassmaster Fishing 2022 sounds like an NES game.
You don't have any excuse, everybody. You know what we need, though? We need that fishing rod from the Dreamcast connected to our Xbox.
They had one of those for the Wii, too.
They sure did. Of course they did for the Wii.
They had like everything for the Wii.
Yeah.
But, Sean, I also have to make you sad because the following games are leaving Game Pass on Halloween.
Shout out to Dragon Ball FighterZ. That game is great. That game is really good.
Also, another sign that like almost all Bandai Namco's games are coming to Game Pass in some form or another.
Good call.
You got Code Vein. You got Scarlet Nexus. Yeah. Maybe Tales of Arise one day.
Ooh.
So, games leaving
Future
Game Pass.
Game of the Year.
Following games are leaving on Halloween. We got Carto, Celeste, Comanche, which is on PC, Eastshade, Five Nights at Freddy's 1 through 4, and Unruly Heroes. So play those games now while you still have a chance, especially Celeste.
Celeste, buy it.
God forbid, if you've never played Celeste,
buy Celeste.
Play it now before it leaves the service, because it's amazing.
If nothing else, just for the soundtrack. It is worth the dollars for the soundtrack alone, but the game is Game of the Year territory as well. Is it, I would have said Comanche.
Yeah,
on PC.
Probably. I don't know how to pronounce stuff correctly, Sean.
That was like a French-Canadian kind of thing. You almost went like Comanche.
Well, I am kind of like, have a French background, Sean.
Yeah, I know. I'm giving you a note.
Thanks, Sean. All right. Next story. Speaking of Bandai Namco, Sean. Elden Ring has been delayed until February 25th. There will be a closed network test for the game starting on November 12th. So if you want to play the game early, you can actually sign up on the Elden Ring website for access. They are offering this for Series X. So if you have a Series X or a Series S, you can go sign up and play the game early. But this, once again, just, another game coming out in February of next year, Sean. I don't know if you've been keeping track of either the PlayStation Drive, where Matt and I talk about this every week, and we'll be talking about it again this week. But if you look at the UB and Capri review spreadsheet, Sean, we've got like 12 games now coming out in February 2022.
What have we got? Do you have it handy? Do we have it handy to talk
so
about?
We got Dying Light 2, Saints Row, Horizon, whole bunch of stuff, Sean. So it's
and they just announced, especially because we're talking to an Xbox audience here, and everybody, we know this, everybody who has an Xbox or anybody who plays games already has a gaming PC. You got that there, God of War coming to PC in January, I think it is, Ryan.
Yep,
with all the
January
Ks and all the Ps. Yeah. Busy time. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just because, I don't know why. Elden Ring doesn't seem like a real video game to me. I keep hearing about it. We've obviously seen the reveal. And I don't know why this just I don't know what to expect. And my GoPro just fell off of the dang dash here. So good luck with this, Ryan Turford, on the video.
It's fine. We're going to make it through. But yeah, Elden Ring just feels like this mythological unicorn of a game that we don't really know too much about, even though they've released a couple trailers now. So it is kind of a real game, but I keep forgetting that this game is coming out, in all honesty. But also, I'm not the target audience for this game. Don't get me wrong. I like difficult games, but I'm just not a huge fan of the Souls-like games because of how slow and clunkier they are.
But I love Bloodborne.
Yeah. But that's because Bloodborne sped up the pace of it. It's closer to, Bloodborne's kind of a middle ground between Dark Souls and something like Devil May Cry.
Right.
And that's those, Devil May Cry, for example, or Bayonetta or Ninja Gaiden, those are more the difficult action games that I'm really into, stuff that moves blisteringly speed. Whereas Elden Ring just doesn't look like it's going to fit that mold.
But I like the setting. For me, it was more about the setting that differentiated Bloodborne to Dark Souls. And I know everybody will go to the speed and agility of Bloodborne, but for me, it was the gothic nature of it, which I was I am in for this. So I'm not sure, the fantasy, is it kind of high fantasy in Elden Ring, I guess?
Yeah, it's more high fantasy.
Yeah, instead of medieval kind of stuff for Dark Souls. Is that kind of a good way to talk about the three of them?
Yeah, something like that. It's also more fantastical with a lot more magic and weird monsters and stuff like that. Versus, Dark Souls felt to me like traditional medieval times that just happened to have fantasy monsters in it.
They should have an Army of Darkness Bloodborne style game.
Well, we are getting that Evil Dead game next year.
Looks really good. Oh, dude. Oh, even for Extra Life, people should get on. I missed our chance. I was not feeling. I haven't been feeling well for the last little bit. COVID test came in negative, by the way, so I'm all good there. But Saturday we missed out on Back 4 Blood, and I'm really excited to play that. I know we'll be doing that for Extra Life as well, but I want to play that with you and with people. Maybe even when we get together this weekend. Back 4 Blood. That comes to mind, and that I was reminded of that when you mentioned the Evil Dead game. So there.
For sure. All right. Last news story, and this is a quick one. During DC Fandom this weekend, we got new trailers for Gotham Knights and Suicide Squad Killed the Justice League. Both games didn't get exact release dates, but they were both confirmed for 2022.
Yeah.
It sounds like Gotham Knights is going to be ready to go sooner, so I would imagine it's, Q1 or Q2 of next year, and then Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League is out at the end of the year. Sean, did you get a chance to check out either of these trailers at all?
I saw the Suicide Squad screenshots, man, and looks pretty good, dude. I don't know about you, but I think just first impressions wise, at least for me, was this the first time we saw that one? I feel like I might be talking out of my butt.
Well, we had a very cinematic trailer before,
right?
But it was a CG trailer that wasn't in the game engine or anything like that.
Yeah, but these are the characters. This is they look like the movie.
Yeah, this one in particular, the one we saw is like in-game engine cinematics, and the characters, to your point, look very reminiscent of what we saw in the films, and it looks pretty awesome.
Yeah,
so,
I mean that's sort of I feel like that's a benefit of not having like an RDJ and Chris Hemsworth and like the big gigantic names that are in Marvel. It probably worked out a little bit better for DC in this sense that they could actually have parity between the two, and I think that will work in its benefit. Like it seemed like with Marvel Avengers, it had so many obstacles to climb over, and the first one was the first impression with like, that's not my Thor, that's not my Captain America. This one gets over that. So, and we know even just what the tone was with the Suicide Squad, which was like over the top, outrageous, almost like Mortal Kombat, right?
Yeah.
So I'm very curious how that translates over into the game.
Yeah, I'm excited for both these games, especially because like Rocksteady, finally we're getting a new Rocksteady game. And, I mean, they always do an amazing job, and I can't wait to see what they do with Suicide Squad. And then Gotham Knights looks like it's going to be a really solid RPG that features Batman characters. So, of course, I'm excited for that because I love RPGs. So I can't wait for that game as well. So 2022 for both those games. We don't know exactly when, but we should be hearing about them soonish, which is pretty awesome.
We're going to have to do like a write-off of our backlogs, Ryan. Like these games are coming. We're going to be playing them. We're going to have to just like throw some games into the abyss, into a lava pit of some sort.
I'm going to be definitely doing that pretty soon with Final Fantasy 14 Endwalker coming out next month, Sean, because I'm expecting like 500 more hours in that gosh darn game. So I'm going to have to throw some games out of the backlog for sure.
Yeah, we need a ceremony of some sort.
Let's let some of our friends into the car with us, Sean. Come on in. It's time for the carpool. Listeners at home, if you would like to have your question read and answered on the carpool, there's a number of ways to do that. Number one, we put up a questions post every single Tuesday afternoon, usually with Sean's face in a video. Sometimes it's an anime gift from me, so you can leave your question there and we'll answer it on the show. Or if you leave a comment on YouTube with your question, we'll answer it here. Or you can join the Yumi Capri Discord. It's free to join. The link's in the show notes. Leave a question in the Xbox Drive section. Just make sure to tag one of us in it or let us know it's a question for the show, and you'll answer it on the show, just like TPR did on Discord. And he asks, let's say Xbox allows us to purchase styles for system UI/icons. What would you like to see put on your Xbox? I think the 360 blade style and color palette would be great to add some nostalgia to the console while still being functional. What are some of your guys' thoughts? So TPR, honestly, you stole my answer. I mean, the thing I've always wanted ever since they introduced dynamic themes for the Series X is a Blades theme, because
of course
I'm of course super nostalgic for the 360 launch. I mean, I bought my Xbox 360 at launch. I loved the Blades interface, and I was so sad when they went to the new Xbox experience that ran when it first came out at like 20 frames per second.
Honestly.
So it was not super smooth, but they did iron it out eventually. But I did really love just how snappy and smooth the blades were, and kind of the color palette of them. So honestly, especially since we already have the OG Xbox dashboard,
give it to us.
That was the other one I would have asked for, but we already have it. So the blades are my answer. Sean, do you have anything different to add to this?
Well, and PlayStation does this so well and has done it for quite some time. Like I want like game-based themes. Like where it has the music and like the sound kind of adjusts, like that has never come to Xbox, at least as far as I know. Like, do you know what I mean when I say that the themes?
They did that on 360, but they haven't done it since. You're right.
Yeah, and I had like great Persona ones, especially on PlayStation. Like they were awesome. So give me a Gears one, give me a Halo one. Like let me have that, like the man's choir kind of like singing in the background or something, or have like some sound effects going off, or have when I pick a game, I want to almost have like a Windows theme. You know how you can like specify different sound effects when an error pops up. I want like when Ryan Turfer dies on Halo Saturdays, like I want his elite to go like when I do something. Yeah, I want that. Or give me like the people of Xbox as a theme. Like give me like a shrine for Phil Spencer, or for Aaron Greenberg or Mike Booty or whoever it is, or Sarah Bond. Like give me some of those people. Let's just completely geek out. Let's fanboy out over like the people who make all this stuff possible. That would be super fun too.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of surprised when PS5 released that PlayStation went away from the game-based themes, because like we don't have those like any themes on that console at all, which is weird to me. Also, to your point about Windows themes, I want a Windows XP theme with like the green field in the background with like the colors. Like you have like
all the windows,
like your game menu be like the start button.
So
where it's
good.
Like the orange and stuff.
It's so good, Ryan. That's such a good answer. Oh my gosh, I love it. Give me a DOS prompt in the background,
or even like Windows 95 or Windows 3.1 with the astronaut in the background.
And instead, when you fire up the Xbox, it should just be like a modem connecting to the internet. Like,
well, at that point, you may as well go all the way, Sean, and do an America Online theme.
Yes.
Like
oh my
gosh. Every time you get a new achievement, it's like you got mail.
Oh man, this is never going to happen, and I'm really heartbroken about all that. Like we just came up with the best ideas. Like we really did.
Clearly, this was the highlight of the show right there. This is the reason to stick around all the way to the end.
Never stop.
So, last question of the week comes to us from Mike at 0skill1, and he asked the question: Quickfire Game, first game that comes to your mind for the following consoles. Now, Sean, obviously I know that you haven't played a lot of these consoles or some of these consoles that are on this list. So what we're gonna do is I'll say the console, then you answer, and then I answer. But if you haven't played anything or nothing comes to mind, just say pass.
I'll say pass. Good? Okay, that sounds great.
Cool. So SNES.
Chrono Trigger. No, Street Fighter.
Super Metroid. PlayStation.
Final Fantasy VII.
Tales of Destiny. Xbox One.
Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Dead Rising 3.
Nice.
Master System / Genesis.
Sonic the Hedgehog? I don't know. Pass.
Shining Force 2. PlayStation 3.
I want to say Uncharted. I'll say Uncharted. That's so Heavy Rain. Folklore.
Original Xbox.
Project Gotham Racing.
I'm going to say Ninja Gaiden Black. So Dreamcast.
Crazy Taxi.
Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
Oh, take me for a ride. Nice.
Nintendo Switch.
Fire Emblem, Three Houses.
Metroid Dread. So Game Boy Advance.
Mario Kart, Super Circuit.
Metroid Zero Mission. NES.
Okay, so much Metroid. What's the next one?
NES.
Blades of Steel.
Metroid. PS4.
Stop. PS4. Oh man, there's so many. There's actually really good ones. God of War. I'll say God of War.
13 Sentinels Aegis Rim. Xbox
I also want to say everybody's golf. 360 Gears of War. It's got to be Gears of War.
I would go with Eternal Sonata for this one.
Or Castle Crashers.
That's a good one too.
Limbo.
N64.
Wayne Gretzky's 3D hockey. No, International Superstar Soccer. We'll go with that one.
Star Fox 64.
Yes, that's a good answer too. Oh, I love it.
PS5.
I don't have one.
I'm going to say the medium because it's on Xbox. And then Xbox Series X/S.
Let's go Gears Tactics.
The medium because it's also on Xbox Series X and S.
Nice. Or Flight Simulator.
Oh my God. And those are all the games that we came up with for Mike /
It was just a word association, right? Like those aren't my favorites necessarily. It was just like, this is what came up. No, it's just
the first game that pops into your head. It doesn't have to be favorite games.
Blades of Steel, I was really excited to say, Ryan. That was
Blades
of Steel. Hit the pass.
Such a good game.
Like Gradius. So, is it Gradius?
Thanks for the suggestion on that one, Mike. So
that was
before
good.
we go, Sean Plugs go.
Find me on Twitter at Sean Capri, Sean like Connery, Capri like the Pants. Donate to my Extra Life page. Kevin Austin from PSVG is beating me at fundraising, and that sucks so bad. So please help me bury Kevin Austin. Help me bury Skinny Matt. Help me bury all these suckers who think that they can beat me at fundraising.
Skinny Matt's not even in the running, and you want to bury him already?
No, we're going to bury him. We got to bury him with the fundraising. It's for the kids. We got to save lives. If you want something bad to happen to these kids, you're not going to donate. But if you want something good to happen to these kids, you will donate. extra-life.org/participant/Sean Capri. Please, let's do this. Get on it. Come on.
As for me, you can find me on Twitter at Ryan Turford, and you can donate to my Extra Life page so we can bury Sean Capri over at extralife.com.
Oh, snap. I didn't come at you.
But you can go over to Extra Life and donate as well if you want to donate to sick kids as well. You can also find us on YouTube, youtube.com/Yumi Capri, as well as on Twitter at Yumi Capri's and on podcast services around the globe. So for Sean Capri, I'm Ryan Turford. This has been episode 212 of the Xbox Drive. It's a palindrome, folks. and we out. Bye.
I'm really curious to see if anybody yells at me for not enjoying the paper straws. I'm also curious to know if anybody really likes the paper straws, but are they doing it because it's enjoyable? Does it ruin the taste of the thing or whatever? I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Bye. The Xbox Drive is fueled by patrons at patreon.com/YumiCapri. And from the bottom of my heart, I am so grateful to the nearly 70 patrons who support us each and every month. With special thanks to our Capremium producers, Dallas Ford, Lee Navarro, the fearless leader of the Phoenix Overdrive Extra Life team, and Jonathan Brown, the man behind the music on the Xbox Drive and the Nintendo Drive. You can support Jonathan Brown at youtube.com/gamingpurplemonkey. Our platinum producers, Robbie Bobby Miller and Trucker Sloth, and all of our gold members, Argo, Benji Kong, Brendan Myers, Dallas Robbins, Dano, Emily O'Kelly, Foolish Fuji, Heather Boney, James Johnson, Dr. Doom, Joel Brooks, Jose Jimenez, Mac Time, Marcus O'Neill, Mr. and Mrs. Nasty Boots, RJ Kern, Skinny Matt, and Xavier Reyes. If you'd like to support this show, go to patreon.com/YumiCapri and choose the Patreon tier that works for you.